doing?
What are you doing? Jesus, faster.
All right.
What's your room?
All right. Well, hopefully this will work. And if it's just has to be choppy, I can't fix it. I can't fix anything because I'm a failure. The biggest failure in the world. So failure. I was talking about. Okay, don't cross your fingers. I did that last time and it messed it up. I'm at a new one. A third one. God damn. I don't want to get drunk alone and read tarot cards tonight. That's no fun. At all. Choppy. It just has to be choppy. There's no getting around it. There's no fixing it. Life is heartache. I mean, I guess not heartache. My heart doesn't ache. You know what I mean? You know, it's not really. What are you sneaking around for? Tonight is the most catastrophic night in drunk tarot history. My God, everything is a shambles.
You are the shambles.
You're a shambles. Woo! Yeah, choppy to non-existent. That's what we're going for. We're going for choppy, but existing. Okay? So, moving on to the rest of this person's thing, and I'll bust through it as fast as I can, since they will now have, I don't know, sat through like 2 things. What is going on out there?
He's a pirate.
What is this sizzling? Okay. Anyway, tonight's the night that everybody is going, wow, this is crazy. All right. That's a joke. All right. So 3 of, there you go. The title picks just get more and more. I know, right? Okay. So anyway, this is where this person is. This is the person that had the problem with the baby daddy that we were calling BD. This is the 3 of Pentacles. This indicates teamwork. This indicates working towards a common goal. I think what this is indicating is that you both are working towards your kid, I guess. It might not be in a way. It might look more like he's saying, this is how you should parent your kid. This is our kid. You should blah, blah, blah. And not actually doing anything. You're the one that's actually chiseling this into the stone of your kid's life. Okay. But then we come over here to the sun. These are the influences around you, the environment around you. You're actually pretty happy right now and feeling pretty positive. However, what's also happening here is that you've got the 7 of Cups. And like I said, I am running through this really fast in case the feed fucks up again. Sorry. Is you have the 7 of Cups reversed. Your fear is that you don't have any choices. Like, okay, I could hang around with this guy. I could keep, waiting for this guy to get better because I don't have any other choices. I don't have any other options out there. There's nothing else. You know what I mean? That's your fear. That's not true. That would be keeping you anchored in the past and anchored to where you are. All right. And that's not good. So I think what this is definitely saying is you need to act on this. Whoever this other person is, you might need to move on from BD and move on to this new person that you're interested in, because it makes you happy. You're happy about that part. It's the other stuff you're not happy about. So, don't do that whole, I don't do that whole, like, oh, this is the only chance I'm ever going to get for a man, because it's not true. And he's just going to fuck up your car. Donna, don't fuck up anybody's car. I saw that comment on there when I was like messing with the feed. Anyway, so that's the story about that whole deal. All right. And then I messed with my phone, and so my phone has this in 30. It's fine if my battery runs. It'll be okay. Chill out. It'll be fine. All right. I just shook this because it wasn't quite aligned right. Like when I turned it, I shook it like a magic 8-ball. That would be a fun witchy project. I could make my own magic 8-ball. Maybe I'll do that with all the fucking spare time I have. Okay, here we go. Clear. All right, just got my tax return. It was way more than I expected, so I'm trying to make a plan about what to do with it. What do I need to know? Well, first of all, congratulations on not owing the government this year. I'm going to go ahead and clear these cards. Okay. That was extremely sarcastic, I assure you, Bunny. I never have spirit. I mean, I always find hours in the day. We'll put it that way. I find hours. I'm always tired. I wrote so much yesterday. It was ridiculous. These 50 Shades, or not 50 Shades, these Mr. recaps are like trying to kill me. These Poldark recaps. They're trying to kill me. Sorry, I don't need to take this long. I just need to clear these a little bit. This wine isn't too bad. It isn't too good, but it isn't too bad. But it was $4.99. So it is what it is. Tammy, I don't know if I will be there or not. I'm supposed to be there because I'm the vice president, and it's like, I'm on a very important committee too. But also I will have had a show the night before, and I'll have a show that night, and then a show the next day. So I might not be there. So anyway. Oh, thank you. I'm glad my hair looks luminous. I brushed it because one time I got on here and somebody said, "Oh, your hair looks really nice." And somebody else said, "I think she brushed it." I was like, "Oh, no. No. Yeah, I did brush it. I brushed it." Anyway, why is EL James messing with Poldark? Is Poldark, or is the Mr. as bad as 50 Shades? It is, you know what? I wouldn't say that, that is the case. I wouldn't say it's as bad as 50 Shades. I would say that it's, why did you turn that on? It's like a wind machine. Turn it down. Then go sit down if you're hot. Stop pacing like a jackass. My family has gotten so comfortable. My family's gotten so comfortable with this. Before they were like, not gonna cause a problem. I'm not gonna whatever. And now they're just like, oh, blah blah. But anyway, it's not as bad. It's just not good.
Sorry, everyone.
It's not as bad. It's just not good. So the fact that before somebody pointed out that it was Poldark, before somebody pointed out that it's Poldark, they I was really enjoying it because it was because it was Poldark. I was like, the plot's fantastic. Her writing still sucks, but her plot is fantastic. It's so good. It's gripping. And then somebody's like, it's Poldark, and I'm like, fuck, it is. That's why I like it. Okay, so let's talk about this person's tax return. Okay, tax return. Yeah. There was actually, apparently in the Guardian, there was a thing that said, in the Guardian, there was something that said, 50 Shades of Poldark, blah, 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 or something like that, as a funny kind of thing, but they didn't explicitly call it out. I think people going, oh, it's copying Dragon Age, it's kind of like, it's a last name. Okay, a last name on its own is not copying it. It's not like she took the Dragon Age storyline and adapted it to a book. She used the name Trevelyan, which is like a name. It's like a real name. So I don't know. Some of that I go, oh, okay, yeah, it's the same. But the same thing happened with the 50 Shades of Grey. You would say, okay, this is clearly from Twilight, and somebody would come along and be like, it's obviously from this really super obscure Japanese anime, which obviously, and it's like, okay. But you just kind of are like, there's no chance like that E.L. James is. It's got to be something bigger. I mean, this is somebody that couldn't think up more than one or more than two romance authors, and like it was like Jilly Cooper and Jane Austen. You don't read romance. If those are the only two people you can think of. Anyway, it was his adopted mother's maiden name. Okay, so this is a person's tax return. Three cards on their tax return. You should save it. Save it. Save it. Because we've got the Emperor. He is a stern and responsible man who doesn't go out and throw away money. Don't cause problems for yourself. Put it in your savings. There's like absolutely nothing. Like that just told you. So the bad boy protagonist, not in the Mister. The Mister, he's not adopted, I don't think. The Mister doesn't. I don't think he's adopted. I think it's just 50 Shades of Grey. But yeah, in 50 Shades of Grey, that's like the whole deal is he's adopted, and later like his brother who wasn't adopted into the rich family and had to like grow up and work for things. He gets mad and like he comes and like tries to fucking kidnap Anastasia or whatever, and it's just like the most contrived bullshit ever. There's a lot of kidnapping in the Mister too. Like a lot of like, oh, she might get, I get that there's like human trafficking in it, but it's like, what is up with, no one has been as obsessed with kidnapping as E.L. James is right now, except for me when I was like 5 and I used to role play getting kidnapped all the time.
You're fucking weird.
You're fucking weird.
You're fucking weird.
Go back to your troll hole. That was my son. All right. So that we got the tax return taken care of. Full disclosure, I have not done my taxes. Well, I mean, of course it's like, it's not like romanticized that she's kidnapped, but it's like this whole, like she's constantly in danger of being kidnapped. Whatever. All right, I'm going to read this one because I don't mean to be like that person, but I feel like I know which direction this is going, and I'm not going to have to. Okay. So here's the thing. Somebody asked me a question. They said that and I'm going to answer this. I'm not going to answer this with tarot. And you can take my answer. You can take it or leave it and do what's right for you. But just from a moral standpoint, as a marginalized creator, I have to answer this from my heart instead of from my cards. Okay, the question was, I have no money and 3/4 of the script for a graphic novel. The other day, while scrolling through the Trans Visibility Day hashtag, I saw a trans illustrator whose drawings caught my eye and whose post said wants to create a comic but is scared to. I have been looking at his drawings and artwork and loving it, and the idea sprung to my mind. What if this is a sign? Should I contact him? He's for hire, and I can't afford to pay him, but what if we could collaborate? This seems like charging off on a whim, so I haven't done anything yet. What should I do? Here's my thing. As someone who is a creator and who listens to a lot of other marginalized creators, I guarantee this artist gets the, I can't pay you, but I can give you this piece of whatever and you can make it into this. And then we can share the whatever. I guarantee they get that a lot. Okay. And I'm not saying that you should never reach out to somebody else about stuff. Okay. But I am definitely saying that if they have a price on their work and they are trying to make a living by their work, asking them to do something free on a project for you is kind of That said, I mean, if you did approach them and right off the bat said, I mean, like right off the bat, it would have to be like the opening of what you ask would have to be, hey, would you be interested in collaborating? Not this would be a collaboration, not a commission. But don't go to the person and say, I've got this great idea, blah, 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 and I can't pay you for it. Okay? So those are just my 2 cents. If you just casually, even you said you saw it on Twitter, if you saw the tweet on Twitter, if you saw the tweet about wanting to do a comic but being too afraid to or whatever, if you know where that tweet is and you're like, hey, I really like your style. If you ever wanted to collaborate, leave the offer open there. Or just say, I really like your style. If you would ever like to collaborate. But don't like try to, I don't know. I would just leave it there. Because for one thing, if you send, I would say ambiguous intent, don't send your work along with the collaboration request. This person makes money off of their art. They absolutely can't look at unsolicited stuff or stuff that they haven't agreed that they want to look at and see. That's a huge problem with the internet, because when somebody sends you something and says, this is an idea that I had, even if it's something very similar to something that you are already working on, even if it's an idea that is similar to something that you plan down the line, or even years from now, you decide that you want to do this and you forgot that you saw it, you still saw that other thing. So, but definitely I would say just say, hey, I really enjoy your thing. I really enjoy your style. If you would ever like to collaborate, let's kick some ideas back and forth. Because otherwise approaching and being like, well, I've got the script almost all written and I can't afford to pay you is not quite a good approach. So if that makes sense, I hope that helps. But I'm not going to do a card reading on it because I just feel like doing a card reading on whether or not you should ask somebody else to do, to do work you can't pay them for is a bad idea. All right. No matter what the cards say, I would have thought that. Okay. I have top chat on. I need live chat, not top chat. Okay. Well, if I missed stuff that people said, I'm sorry. Yeah, look, I was missing all this shit, though. Anyway. Getting back into it. Wow, my brain is like completely fried today. I wonder why. Who or what is magically protecting Trump? We actually know about this. There is for real, and this is another one that I don't have to look at the cards for. There is a real group of witches that are trying to curse Trump, and as a result, there is a group of Jesus followers, Christians, who are trying to pray away from them. So, like trying to pray the witches away. So it's like it's like two Harry Potter wands pointed at each other, and the tips are hitting just the tip. And the tips are just, it's like when you make the penises kiss. Or 20. Make the penises kiss. I have to smoke a little bit more. Yeah, I'm rooting for the witches too. Then I want to point out, this is not dirty. It's just Resin. Witches will always win. But I get annoyed with the witch group, the one that's cursing Trump. Because I joined it. And it's like a bunch of people that are weird. Like not in a like in a like a, everything is a sign type way. You know me, I'm not like that. I'm like the least woo-woo witch I know. I don't know why that is. I'm about to start trying the whole self-publish thing and wanted to know if this is a good path for me. Or, oh, no! All right. I don't think you say anything when you take a toke. I guess you can say that. You can say cheers. I guess I didn't say anything. I guess I was rude. But I also don't share it with you guys because it's impossible. If I could share my weed via the internet, I would share it with you. Of love and respect for all of you. And I would respectfully not share it with those of you who don't want it. Because that's weird when people try to, like, push you to do it. What's the most used word when toking? Okay. Gross! Naked folds of word. All right. So this person's trying to start self-publishing. Let's see what they need to know about it. 3 cards. What do they need to know about self-publishing? Womp, womp, womp. They need to know about how making your hands work. That's right. Take that to the bank. I'm a writer. What I need to know about making the hands work. Fully time writer. All right. All right. Okay, this person wants to know about their self-publishing career. It's not funny. Not funny. Person needs to know about their publishing career. All right. All right. Dog, you are breathing so loud. Jeez, Hopi. Oh my God. So you know my really old dog, the one that's like breathing really heavy, and he's like 17. My husband was cutting his nails. I want the dog to be offended. But it was like, oh my God. Okay. So, person. His nails. And it explosively. Oh no, this dog doesn't like weed. I did have one dog that loved weed. He bit a lit joint out of my mouth one time. I'm sure I've told that story before. What this one is doing is he's breathing heavy and he's rubbing his head on the floor and rolling around on his back. But he is 17 years old and he is very overweight. I'm sorry, but you are. Anyway. So, and my cat hates weed. My cat, like gives you that judgy, like she should be on one of those commercials where the pet looks at the people and they're like, you're not right, blah, blah, blah. You're melting into the couch. So that's a different one. But it's like, where it's like, hey, Amanda, you're not the same when you smoke weed. Like that one. So. And now he's got his whole foot in his mouth. Like his whole foot. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to give you the dog report, but I have no fucking clue what this guy is doing. Okay. All right. Anyway. All right. So my good doggo is down there, breathing heavily. Here's the thing about your self-publishing. All right. This thing you need to know. Do not go down the path of getting too many things started at once, okay? Do not spread yourself too thin. I'm looking at this. This is going to be you going, should I use BookBub? Should I do this? Should I put it on this price? Should I pay for this blog tour? Should I pay for this promotion? Don't get bogged down in all that shit. Just get the fucking book out there in front of people. You can worry about the book bub. You can worry about all that shit when you've got a backlist. All right. That's what that card means. That's the make a backlist card. Okay. So, then we've got temperance. Again, this is your, everything in moderation. Fucking don't burn yourself out. Don't overdo it. Just one step at a time, one foot in front of the other. And then we've got the Nine of Cups reversed. Now, the Nine of Cups this way is someone who is very satisfied with how things are going. And they're pretty happy. Okay. See that? Like, hey, what's up? Okay. And in the pajamas in front of all your cups. But then this way of cups are not that way. So I think what this is saying is keep your expectations. I'm going to say this, and then I'm going to tell you something different. Keep your expectations grounded. Now, here's what I'm going to say to you about that, because here's where me and the tarot cards don't agree. I think that the second you start grounding your expectations, you limit yourself. I think that if you sit down tonight and you tell yourself you're going to be successful at publishing, not even going to be, you're going to say, I'm successful at publishing. You're going to keep saying that while you go on this journey. I'm successful at publishing. I'm successful at publishing. And then you are going to look for the successes as they come. You're not going to go, I only sold, 400 copies. You're going to go, I sold 400 copies. You're not going to go, oh, I didn't get the #1 banner on Amazon. You're going to go, I made it to like above 1,000 on Amazon, which is really good, by the way. I'm not saying this like you're going to do bad. No, that's actually really good. You are going to find the more you look at it and the less you look at it like I have to do all of this stuff and take all of these different avenues, and the more you just fucking keep your head down and you look at success as, instead of going, if I don't make this mark, then I failed. You are just going to every night tell yourself how successful you are. Every day, tell yourself how successful you are. When you sit down to write, you are successful. You have succeeded already. And then when something happens, you are automatically going to see the success in it, no matter what it is. Whereas before, you might not have seen the success in it. Before, you might see something as, I think of it like silver medalist thinking. I've never understood. I've literally that was the idea. Everybody knows that the person that comes in second place is miserable compared to the person that comes in third place. Because the person that comes in third place is just happy to be standing on the podium. The person that comes in second place is
first to lose.
No, yeah, I already said second is first to lose. I know you've heard me say that before. You come in second place, and it's you were close to being first. You are one step away from being first on the podium, right? So, I am successful. I am successful. I am successful. You think like a third place. Think like a bronze medalist. You didn't finish first, right? Doesn't matter. You're happy because you're on the podium. I came in third place. I'm on the podium. Like that's the thing. Like, oh my gosh, where's the silver medal? You don't think like a silver medalist. Think like a bronze medalist. And don't think like a gold medalist, because that's just fucking luck. We all saw Oksana Bayul and Nancy Kerrigan at Lillehammer. Come on. A gold medal is luck. So, yep. Anyway, there's my little lecture for you. There's my lecture for you for the evening. All right. I talked about protecting Trump. This shit's giving me fucking. Oh, hey, Joe, how much % by volume is wine usually? Oops, I said his name. Well, now you all know it. Hey! Person that I married! Whose name I just said in front of all of these 25 people. Oh no, the secret's out. Hey! Oh no. I think this is I think that this is I think that this might be more than wine usually is. Hang on. Hey! I don't want to stand up because from the waist down, I'm in a dress that I usually wear for painting. It looks disgusting. His name is Joe. That's his name. It's already out there. Oh my gosh, did you die? I think this is really strong. It's usually about 9.
What?
Okay. How much is wine?
How much is wine?
Like percent by volume.
Like anywhere between like 12 to 16.
Really? Well, this is lower than usual, but I am blasted off of my gourd.
Was it 10%?
It's 9. 9.
9? It's the bubbles.
It's what do you mean?
It's got bubbles in it.
How can it be bubbles? There is no bubbles in it. It's not carbonated. Yeah, see, it's not carbonated.
Bubbly.
Yeah, but there's always bubbles.
No, there's not always bubbles.
Is that bubbles?
I mean, the bubbles on top. Yes. But
Look, is that?
gosh darn it, Jody.
Okay. Anyway,
It's fizzies.
I'm German. 9. Okay, so maybe it's just because it's fizzies.
It's effervescent.
It has effervescent. I'm blasted.
You're effervescent.
I'm effervescent. I will never say 9 to 9.
You're effervescent.
I am effervescent.
Is that something like maybe you should see the doctor about?
Mm-hmm. Oh. Okay, what was I doing?
Drinking a bottle of wine.
I was doing tarot. And I've got these questions on here.
I got some questions.
I accidentally said your name on here.
Whose?
Yours.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure you have.
Okay, so here's the story.
What's my name?
Here's the story. One of these questions is, what tattoo should Jenny get next?
None. Come on, they're expensive.
They are expensive.
And they're useless. They don't do anything.
They make me look adorable.
Do they?
Anyway, the point is that yes, the next tattoo that I'm getting, I've actually already kind of like designed. I have to redraw it because I drew it from a reference, so I have to draw it like myself.
No. What you need to do for your next tattoo is finish the one that you've started.
That's true. I need to finish this one that I've started. It's not finished yet. It's supposed to be a sleeve. Someday
I'm sure she's gonna be pissed if you never finish that.
I'll finish it.
She's gonna die before you.
She should not. She's younger than I am. All right, so should I pursue medical marijuana? Yes.
Medical?
Do you know what? Why don't I just do that's the yes or no question. I'm always gonna say yes. If it works for you, you should use it, and you should be allowed by the government to use it if it works for you. End of story. It's your body. Do what you want. Okay. Oh yeah, no shit, Tammy. Spot on. All right. So, should this person that asked a question, should they pursue medical marijuana? Yes or no? That would be a yes. I wish you guys could see it. I wish you guys when I did this, but it'd be weird. But there you go. Yes, the answer is yes. Here's the thing: if you try it and it doesn't work, what fucking happened to you? You smoked weed and you didn't like it. You know, you'll get over it. You'll survive. I did coke and I didn't like it, so okay. It made me so angry and I got a nosebleed. Okay. What do you mean shutting down? So my phone is shutting down because it's a dick and a jackass. And just because I didn't charge it for like 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. So I can't see the things now. So let's ask some other questions. Okay. Ask some other questions on here. Let's ask. Usually have so let's check in on the person on a person. Let's check on somebody I don't care for. Is it not working again? Oh no, it's my phone. That's what I said, my phone. Okay. Here, we're gonna check in on that person I don't like. Check in on that person I don't like. What's going on with that person I don't like? What's happening with them? What's going on? What's happening with that person I don't like? 3 cards. Okay, what's happening with them? Yeah. Okay. Okay, well, it looks like they are running out of emotional steam. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, why haven't I done a spell about technology? I do spells all the fucking time. All the time. Anyway. Last one I didn't work. Anyway. The next one is the 7 of Pentacles. They're just watching that all of the seeds they planted are growing and growing. But they're towing the line. And they're, you know, they're just keep on whatever. So Price is Right, fail horn. Did I make that noise? Or did somebody else make that noise? I fucking love the fail horn. Oh, you know what I like? Do you know what I like on Price is Right? I'll tell you. The thing that I like on the Price is Right is Plinko. I used to, man, when I was sick home from school, laying on the couch, eating saltines, drinking 7-Up. Because we're like the weird family, like in Michigan, we're like the weirdos. We drank 7-Up when we were sick. We didn't drink ginger ale. Everybody else here drinks Verner's. If you get sick in Michigan, you drink Verner's. But we drank 7-Up. But anyway, I'd be laying on the couch. I'd be drinking 7-Up. And there would be like a small, well, I say small, it'd be like humidifiers were like this fucking big around and round with a thing on it. And I would just be like blasting humidifier in my face. And then this is at my grandma's house because I lived with my grandma when I was little. And it'd be like Price is Right. And I'd be watching it like praying that Plinko would come on. Praying. Just like, let it be Plinko. And that was my first ASMR. Plinko. My mom has a bare-eyed cockatoo who loves it. Oh, man. Do you know what I want? Yeah, 7-Up for illness. Absolutely. I don't know. Yeah, I was just explaining that in my family that we drank 7-Up, and it was weird because we're from Michigan. Usually you drink Verner's.
Oh, 7-Up is after you vomit.
7-Up is for all sorts of. Okay, the Canada Dry ginger ale, drinking that when you're sick. I had a woman in the nursing home who always kept a 12-pack of Canada Dry cans on her bedside table because she was convinced they cured heart attacks. And so she'd be like, I'm having a heart attack. And then she'd like drink a Canada Dry. But she was convinced that she was having heart attacks and that Canada Dry, but I think what it really was that she was gassy. And then she would drink Canada Dry and she would burp. And then she would feel better. So it cured her heart attack. She was adorable. She was one of my favorite patients. I really loved her. Where she was, well, I mean, they were all kind of that way. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. They were old people in the early 2000s, you know. You know, the people that are from a different time. Yeah. I was going to try to start smoking a bottle of water. That's where I'm at tonight. So anyway. Here's a story that I will tell you. Because my phone shut down and I don't have questions, but there are still people here and I will still talk at you. what I'm going to talk to you about is about activity of a spirit nature. Now, hopefully my kid is not watching this because she will freak out if she hears about it. But there is a thing going on in my home. The bathroom door keeps locking. It is one of those just regular knobs with the little lock that either goes up and down or left and right. It just like that looks like where you pinch dough and it pops, like if you pinch dough and it comes up, it kind of looks like the turning thing, right? So it's not like it's a thing where you could accidentally hit it and not know. You would have to take it and you would actually have to twist it. And also the door is like slightly not quite lined up with the thing. So in order to lock it, you would have to make sure you couldn't accidentally lock it. You would have to push it in and make sure. So I've had this happen several times where I'll go to the bathroom and the door will be locked, but there'll be no one in there. And then I will go get a bobby pin to unlock it, and I will come back, and as I come back, I hear it unlock. And then it's unlocked. Other times I will go in the bathroom and I will close the door, and while I'm on the bathroom, on the toilet, it will lock. Okay? So then so then, this was happening. And then the other night it happened to Mr. Jen because he was in the bathroom. And I said, I was like, are you making chili? And he was like, yes. And I'm like, well, when you're done, come out and I'll get to that, Tammy. I'll get to that. So I said, when you're done, unlock the door and I'll come in while you're taking your shower and we'll hang out and I'll talk to you because before he goes to work, I like to talk to him. And he was like, I didn't lock the door. And I'm like, well, guess what? Guess what happened? Once again, something was going on and you told me that I was bonkers and it actually happened. I will also be sitting in my office and then there will be there are several things where there have been orbs next to me on my right side in my office. And this is just all sorts of sort of building up. And there's thumping, there's knocking on doors, we have glass doors in the house and there will be a knock on the door. You can see to the other side, it's glass. There's nobody out there. So it is what it is. So my house is pretty old. My house is 102 this year. It's having its 102th birthday, which for a lot of people, if you are overseas, that is not old at all. That's like how old the Walgreens is or some shit. You're like, oh yeah, no, that's how old, but that's pretty old for my neck of the woods. Okay. So there are two spirits here that I know of. Okay. Just through mediumship stuff. There are two that I know of. It's ghost story time. Welcome to Ghost Story Tarot time. The orbs would be like lights. Bunny would be like generally like a streak of light or a ball of light that you can see, and it's not like if a car goes by and there's like a shiny. You can very clearly see a central the light source itself is near you, not an outside source causing the light. It is its own light source, and it just swoop right past you. And if you're a medium, you tend to see these things sometimes. Anyway, so Fitshaced ghost stories. Yep. So I know there are two spirits in the house. I have seen one of them and communicated with one of them, and the other one is shy. They are both children. I know I've said on here before that child spirits, to be careful of them. They are these two are not asking me to do anything. They are not trying to force a relationship with anything or anything like that. When my daughter was little, she used to talk about her sister. And that was her imaginary sister. Well, as it turns out, one of these spirits, the one that hasn't talked to us, but whose legs we see, jumping across the landing of our stairs, jumping back and forth. And I think she's the one who's locking the door. I think she's being a little bit naughty and is locking the door. And she is 6 years old. And then there is her brother, and they both died of typhoid. Her brother, I have seen full body apparition standing, almost like waiting to talk to me. And he's actually the one that has talked to me before through the pendulum board, and was able to answer very basic questions about the house. Not about the house, but about the time period that he was from, and everything checked out. And explained that they lived here, but not in this house. So they lived here before this house was here, and they're brother and sister, and they live in this house. So that is something that has been going on, has ramped up quite a bit lately. But they are good kids, even though they are mischievous. And there is, like the other morning I came downstairs and I was really tired, and Wednesday was giving me a hard time. My daughter Wednesday was giving me a hard time getting up, and I was just like, oh, I'm a terrible mom, blah, blah, blah. And I went out into the kitchen and someone had turned my coffee thing on, and I said, Wednesday, did you turn my coffee on? And she's like, I turn your coffee thing on, I hate you, blah. She didn't say she hates me, but it was like that whole, like, where you're trying to get your daughter ready for school in the morning thing. So she's like, I didn't turn your coffee on. And so like, okay, at least there are some kids in the house that love me. But do most old houses have those? That's a good question. I don't know that most, I wouldn't say most old houses, but a lot of old houses do. Like a lot of them. It depends. One of my little freaking cousins who was a baby when my grandpa died will like go into the living room and be like standing in front of the chair my grandpa died in and be like, I'm talking to grandpa. And I'm like, oh, that's fucking wild, sweet. You know, like I have never been in that house with no other living human there and felt alone. When I lived with them, it was exhausting. You were never alone. There was no fucking such thing as alone time in that house. And I don't just mean because your grandparents live with you. I just mean because you live there, and even if everybody's gone, it feels like the house is full of people. So. Wow, Miriam, you're from Nicaragua? That's awesome. I don't think I've ever met anybody from Nicaragua before. So I'm really excited. Today was a good day. I've met people from Panama and the Philippines. I was so excited. One of my daughter's friends' moms is from the Philippines, and she answered all sorts of questions. I am so, when I find out that somebody lives somewhere that I have never been, or I've never met anybody that lived there, I'm the worst person in the world. I met somebody once who lived in Arizona. I had never met anybody from Arizona, and I was psyched. I was like, tell me about Arizona. What's the weather like? And they told me that out in the desert, there are monsoon seasons. They actually have monsoon season in those little desert areas out there. So now you know. It might have been a spirit that your cousin knew, or what have you. Oh, see, Shanti, that's awesome. But I heard you knew so much from Trinidad, so it doesn't count. No, my religion teacher when I was in high school was from Trinidad. He grew up in Trinidad. And he had like a Scottish accent. Like it seemed like, because he said "ach" a lot, you know. But yeah, because it just seemed like though he had like a Sean Connery accent, and I've never heard anybody else from Trinidad talk like that. So I don't know if he just picked that accent and was like, I'm gonna go with this in my new life in America or what. But that's what he did. Hey, you're from Poland? That's awesome. I actually might not have ever met anybody from Poland. I have met people that really like Poland and are like Poland fan club type people in, you know, Grand Rapids because of Pulaski, and there's like a lot of Polish people that live there, and they have a Pulaski festival and stuff. I'm like reading these, but I'm almost pretty what do you call it? Like, what was he faking? Being from Trinidad or being from Shanti? What are you alleging that Mr. KB was faking? I feel so bad looking back because it was like some of his first years of teaching. That poor guy was like in his 20s and he had to put up with our shit. And we were awful. Like, because we were Catholic school kids and we were like the fucking worst. We're awful. Anyway, that's the story. Oh yeah, no, I'm talking. Yeah, in the Chicago area, I'm talking about like Grand Rapids. Grand Rapids is guy, and also, I fucking worked for this guy. It was Robert Green's stepdad. I worked for him, and his whole like life was being Polish. It was like Polish was like his whole liking Abraham Lincoln and being Polish was like his entire jam. Right? He had a big, giant. Fringed. I mean, like when I say giant, I mean like it covered almost a whole wall map of Poland with like gold embroidered fringe. And somebody came in one day and they were like, "What is this?" And I realized that it looked really bad because it looked like we were planning some kind of large scale invasion and we had like this war room made up and I was like, this is not good. Like he never listens to me. He didn't listen to me about that and a lot of other things. So wine, something different than wine? Huh? What? Oh yeah, Tammy, you know there's all sorts of Polish people up there. Okay, I got a question. Twitter that was from Finland, but I haven't heard from them for a while, so I think they probably either deactivated or unfollowed me. That happened. So, okay, so here's my question. I got a question about Poland. No, it's not about Poland. Yeah, it is about Poland. So I thought, what do you call your grandma in Poland? Because I thought it was like Bascia, something like that. Like I don't know how to say it, like Basia or something like that. I don't know what it is. But what do you call your like Pulaski days? Yeah, you're down the right vibe. Babsia, okay. There's a restaurant. This is why I'm asking, because there's a restaurant in Grand Rapids. And it's called like Jose Babushka. And I was super excited because I thought it was a Mexican-Russian fusion restaurant because of Babushka. It's a Mexican-Polish fusion restaurant. Now, while Mexican and Polish fusion restaurant is right on fucking brand to like bring everyone in Grand Rapids in, all they've got to do is plant some tulips on the fucking lawn and they have nailed the 3 major demographics in Grand Rapids. But it's not Russian. Babushka is Russian. Baba. That's what I call my Baba. My Baba is my Baba. She's my babushka. That's what I call her. Because that's our thing. It's our thing. You don't get to take it from us Polish people. Anyway. No, people say that it is. That's a kerchief. Babushka is grandma. That's what that means. And then when in my family, we shortened it to Baba. So I had my Baba and my Papa. And that's what we call all the grandfathers in that family are Papa. And then I think the headscarf is called that, yeah, because old women, we associate that kerchief thing with old women. And that's probably why people assume that it's called a babushka, but I've never actually heard a Russian person call it a babushka. I've always heard them just call it a kerchief or something. I also don't know many Russian people that actually wear them. Except for like over there. Not here in America. Okay. I'm like shuffling my cards. But it's not cards time. Also, people tend to confuse Matryoshka dolls with babushka, but that's a doll that you open up, the nesting doll, where you open them and you take out the middle. And then they get smaller and smaller and smaller. Those are not babushka dolls. People say they're babushka dolls all the time. You're like, it's not a babushka doll. That's fucking stupid. I'm like, how dare you not know something about Russia? They're going to be our overlords any second. Because we are in America working so hard to lose the Cold War to ourselves 30 years after it was over. Anyway. Man. My face is numb. This is good. I drank a whole bottle of wine. Everybody. I want to go because I am so drunk and I've been talking to my grandma for like an hour, 100 hours and 45 minutes. 100 hours and 45 minutes. And I worked really hard today. I wrote like 26 pages of something. That is a lot of pages of something to write. This might be the drunkest. This might be the drunk. Fuck it. I don't care. Everybody knows I get drunk. I get drunk, and it is what it is. I'm a grown up. I can do what I want. It's just pineapple, sweet grape with natural pineapple flavor. But I'm assuming that the amount of marijuana that I've smoked today, on top of the amount of stress that's making my shoulders into just a ball of rocks. Just a bag of rocks. It's hand sanitizer. I'm drinking Scope. One time I watched a show where people did a thing. 26 page. It was the Blade Trasket Chronicle. I was writing about Blade Trasket. I was writing a script for the Blade Trasket movie. Fade in. Interior. Blade Trasket stands on a rooftop. Oh wait, no, that wouldn't be interior, that'd be exterior. Fade in. Exterior. The city at night. Blade Trasket stands on the rooftop of a Gothic cathedral. Beside him, his pet gargoyle. It's gonna happen! Overlooking the Thames! The reflection of the water from the Thames gets on his face somehow. And he stares Ross Poldarkley out at the city. Oh my god! You guys! So here's the start. There's a chapter in chapter 7. I'm sorry. I'll get it together. I'm reading ahead while I'm writing these recaps, and I get to chapter 7, and it starts out with the fucking Maxim Trevelyan, Earl of Trasket, or whatever the fuck he is, and he is standing, it's like he's standing with his back to the smokestack or the chimney stack or something of this tin mine in Cornwall, gazing out at the sea, and there's a storm coming in, and the waves are crashing on the cliffs, and I'm just like, oh my god, like I could hear the Poldark theme in my mind. I'm like, how did she think nobody was gonna notice? But she's literally writing like every opening scene of Poldark. Oh, my face hurts. I'm laughing so much. Oh my god, what were we talking about? I haven't done a question in like 25 minutes, but my phone died, so that's why. Anyway, that was the story of the guy in that fucking E.L. James book standing by his abandoned tin mine and staring at the stormy sea. Oh my god, I'm crying. Like Chicken, Voldemort, and Blade tries to get kissed dramatically on the bank of the Thames with the light reflecting on their faces and pull their glory to the background. Yes. Listen, I gotta tell you a story. You guys, I tell you a story. It's not really a story. The thing about the Thames, I have to ask you, are there any British people on here? No, of course not, because it's the middle of the fucking night. None of you people are from Great Britain. We're get in bed. What's wrong with you? Anyway, okay, all the people from Great Britain are asleep right now. None of them are on here, so I can make fun of how they say the Thames. It looks like Thames. Thames, like Thames. It looks like Thames. Why do you insist on everybody saying Thames? Why is that a thing? What is the point of saying it like that? It sounds, I don't know. Like, what's the point? So, I'm just going to say Thames. Oh my God, I'm going to start a Kickstarter to send me to England to walk around and just with a map and look super American and ask people, like, and I'll stand right by the fucking river. I'll stand in the middle of a bridge and I'll be like, we're looking for the Thames. Somebody send me to USC. That sounds like when I say that Detroit is spelled Detroit or pronounced Detroit. I don't know how to say. Is it Gloucester? Gloucester? Glar. You know, it's probably. You know what, Tammy? You know what? That probably is pronounced like lilac or something. That's probably how that's pronounced. Anyway, it's like 1 a.m. It says on the clock that it's 1 a.m. See here, the Worcester or whatever we say would be. It wouldn't be Worcester; it'd be Worcester. Oh, it's one. It's a. Well, it looks like it said it's 1:30, but it says 11:35. There's 2 1s. That means it's extra. It's double. It's Worcester. Poyup? Is that how you say it? Poyup? Via Gloucester. Well, that's like here in Michigan, we have a town that looks like it says Charlotte, but we call it Charlotte, but it's spelled like Charlotte, like the name Charlotte. But we don't, and this is just in Michigan, we don't call it, like if somebody is named Charlotte, we don't call her Charlotte. But for some reason, we call the exact same spelling of a town Charlotte. Puleup. How do you pronounce the name of the river that goes through Philadelphia? There's a river that goes through Philadelphia, and I don't know how to pronounce the name of that river. Is that Cephalia? Is that what that is? Puleup. Man, this is going to be a fucking trip if anybody comes back and watches this whole hour of me being drunk. But there's a lot of towns in Michigan that has a weird pronunciation. People in Michigan have a weird pronunciation. It's our accent. It's how it is. Apparently, allegedly. Ostrich? Allegedly. But allegedly, we have an accent in Michigan. What was I doing? I was doing tarot, but then I ran out of questions. I didn't run out of questions. My question machine broke. I don't know. Hang on. I'm trying not to think about it now, Bunny. I'm going to test it and see how I say FLAG. Okay? You guys tell me how I say it. I'm going to try to think about it not in a thing. Flag. Is that right? Flag? Is that right? Flag? Is that a word? Is that the right word? Flag? Do you have a flag? Is that... Yeah, I guess I would say, like, do you have a flag? Like, does that sound like flag or does it sound like flag? I don't know. Because I can't hear it. I honestly don't hear it. And then people tell me all the time I have like a fucking crazy ass accent. Like when I went over to France, I told everybody that I had that I was from Canada. Like the second I got off the fucking plane, I'm like, I'm from Canada, and everybody believed me. And I was like, I'm from Ontario. Like everybody like just completely believed me. A washcloth? Is that what you asked about? Do you mean to say washcloth? Bag and said bag. People, I've noticed, Bunny, people in Michigan over by Holland tend to say like milk instead of put. They say like pit instead of like, you know, like pin. They say pen. That kind. It just seems like it's right around Holland that it's like. I say milk.
Holland?
I say milk.
Milk?
Milk.
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 It's different when you live in the swamp
Milk.
from when you live in the city.
Hey, you want some milk?
No, that would be a bad idea. Hi, Jill! I love you, Jill! Oh, I miss you so much. Oh, I miss you so much. Oh.
Do you want to pick your teeth?
I want to come pick your teeth with a little hook. Pillow? Yeah, I say pillow. Okay, but Jill, you know how I say that. I say it like...
Hello.
I say it like Bell Creek. or
Bell Creek.
Bell Creek. You're right, Joe. You got me. Bell Creek. Bell Creek is how I say it.
Drawer.
Draw.
Drawer.
Drawer. That sounds so stupid. How people say that. Drawer.
So it just sounds stupid the way you say it.
No, I just say draw. That's how you say it. Draw.
It's a drawer.
It's a draw.
That's how it's spelled.
I know it's how it's spelled, but it sounds stupid when people say it. Bell Creek. Draw.
Delton? Delton?
Well, why are you saying that on my fucking feed where you know that this week I had like 96 people send me my face with pictures with swastikas drawn over them? I don't understand that. Oh man, that's something I do not understand is I had so many Nazis this week. And they send me my picture and they would say I was Jewish like it was a bad thing. And they put my like a swastika over my face. And I was like what made you want to do that? What made you want to take that time? Anyway. It's a whole thing. It's like a whole yike. It's a full yike. Yes! Yikes, exactly. No, not because of that. And not because... It was because I said something about Ancestry.com's commercial and it got collaborated into a moment. A moment on Twitter. They put it into a moment. And then all of a sudden I started getting like all of these crazy ass DMs that were like, you know, this has media that's sensitive and it's from somebody that you don't, whatever. And so I always click on those because sometimes it's a penis, but sometimes it's something funny that's just coming from somebody that I don't know. And so I click on it, and it's just like my picture, but with like a swastika drawn on my face and stuff. And I was like, "What's going on?" Or like there'll be like I'll get like a message, and it'll have like all sorts of like mean stuff in it. And like I just don't understand. I mean, I understand why they're doing it. They do it because they hate Jewish people. Like I'm not stupid. I know why they're doing it. I just don't understand why they would do it. You know. Anyway. No, you don't get asked. Somebody just adds you to a moment. And I just kind of flippantly said some stupid shit. Bye! Nuts to this. Nuts to this. That was like nuts to this. That's funny. Anyway, that's the whole purpose of this whole evening. It's just to be a family, you know, and just be together. Even if I run out of questions for the tarot cards. And yeah, the Ancestry.com thing was fucking crazy because that commercial was like weird. That commercial was very uncomfortable. Like, I did not find out on Ancestry.com that my great grandpapa ran away with a beautiful enslaved woman that he freed. I mean, I found out that like my family owned a bunch of fucking people. Like, that's wild. Anyway, the point of the matter is that I'm gonna go, and that wine hit me like a freight train. God bless Aldi's. In Aldi, we trust. And in Aldi's name, we praise. And it's almost Easter time. It's almost Easter time. Happy Easter, Jill! Happy Easter! Because Jill knows Easter. Jill and Jesus are like this. And that's why I love her. It is like one of the reasons I love her. She's a good person. And she's like, she and Jesus are like that. And so, yes, ambiguous intent. Christos and Neste next week. I don't know how to reply to the Greek one. So I will just say voistinu voskrese. How about that? I will not say the okay, ambiguous intent. People will come up at the church and they'll be like, Christos aneste, and I'll be like, Christos aneste. Because I don't know the Greek thing. Anyway, next week I'll say that to all of you. And I'll have all of the beautiful. This is Pacific Fruit Vineyards get you fucked up like Percocet. You don't ambiguous intent. Why did you say it if you don't know how to say it back? Just do it in the church Slavic, and I will do it back to you in the church Slavic next week. Okay, ambiguous intent. Remember that next week. But do it in like do it in like. Oh, you can't remember the Russian one. Oh, okay. Well, you do the Greek one to me next week. You do the Greek one, and I will do the Russian one. Okay, and we got a pact. Okay, if you do it first, I can't catch you. Yes, that is some Orthodox kid shit right there. Do you know how often I have done that? Where I just like blurted it out at someone. Like I walked to the church doors on Sunday morning, and here comes some little old Greek lady, and I'm like, right there. Anyway, all right. Love to everybody, and I will see you next weekend.